deeper today.
I'm ready.
JJJ, Jenny Johnson Jordan. That's awesome. Do you like that?
I do.
Yeah.
It's a mouthful. My nickname is Triple J, so that's usually what I get called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. And doing a little more research on you, I found out you have a brother named Josh.
I do. Yes.
So that's cool.
All J's in the family.
Yes. I like you even more now. So people that don't know your resume, you're a national champion at UCLA and 2-time runner-up.
Yes.
Wow.
Those were painful, but
Who'd you lose to?
Stanford. Yeah.
Both years?
Both years, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep. Yeah, those were tough
Okay.
losses. I
Yes.
think one year we were actually undefeated, and that was our first loss of the season, was losing to them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you had some good teams there.
Yeah, we did.
You're an All-American. You are an Olympian.
Mm-hmm.
You're a 10-time winner on the beach tour.
Yes.
Going from indoor to beach. And now recently inducted into the UCLA Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Yes. How was that?
It was amazing. Yeah. It was a really special time just to have my friends and family. That honestly was the best part, having everybody together in one place, in a special place that obviously has meant a lot to me.
Yeah. That's really cool. And your kids are old enough to kind of see that.
Yeah, they get it now. So
Okay.
yeah, that's been fun.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Now, some people don't know the history of sports in your family. It runs deep.
Yes,
right?
it does. Yeah.
Your dad, Rayford Johnson, was a 2-time Olympian.
Yes.
Gold medalist. 1960.
60. Yeah, in Rome. And then 56, he won the silver.
In decathlon.
Yeah.
Yes. And your uncle, he played for the 49ers.
Yeah.
In what position?
He was a cornerback.
Cornerback.
For 17 years for the 49ers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now in the NFL Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yes. And your husband? My buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
KJ?
He's got it. Yeah. He has a J in his name, so
Yes.
he fits, Yeah. He played football at UCLA. And what position did he play?
He is a wide receiver.
Wide receiver, yeah. He's got hands.
Yep.
Yep. And now your daughter and your son, both getting into that high school, and we'll talk a little more about them. But what was I want to know a little bit what it's like growing up in that house with sports being such a big part of your life just from an early age.
Yeah, I mean, I think for both my brother and I, we started at age 5 with soccer and just kind of morphed into different sports. Whatever season it was, that's what we were playing. If it was basketball season, we were playing basketball, softball, or baseball. I even had a short stint in gymnastics, but I knew I would be too tall.
Hey, believe it or not, I did gymnastics for 6 months.
It's
Yeah.
really good. I loved it. I was just I could do every flip in the book. I was not flexible. So my teacher would always get on me about that. But I loved it. I put both my kids in gymnastics. I played a bunch of different sports growing up, and I just had really fond memories of how it brought our family together, especially with soccer. And my parents were always really involved, or our coaches. We were at the field from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. helping set things up. And, it was always a time for family for us, for sports.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Looking back, I know for me, sports kind of overcame our life. Obviously, you're an Olympian, and your brother throwing javelin, and you successful with volleyball. Did sports become king? I mean, did you grow up with any faith in your house? I mean, were your parents able to balance that? What was that like?
I think it was always harder as we got older, but growing up, we always went to church. I'd say as we got older, sports did kind of start to overtake, though, and, we'd have games on Saturdays, games on Sundays, and as I got older, practices late at night. And as we got older, I think my parents also, too, kind of allowed us to find our own faith, give us space for that. We talked about God in our home, but I think my parents were of the mind that they were really probably backed off in a way that allowed us to figure out what was right for us. And it probably started a little bit at an earlier age than because of sports. Than maybe like I would do with my family necessarily. But I always knew that there was a faith there, especially for my dad. And and it wasn't really until I got to college where I started to realize, okay, it's time for me to own my faith. and find out what this means for me as a singular person and not in connection.